The Cloudwalker's Path, a dreamy adventure through the Sky Isles. The sky had never been so soft. It stretched like a painted sea above and below, in colours of pearl, lavender, and quiet gold. And through that sky, on a narrow path of woven mist and stardust, walked a girl named Elen. She wore a cloak the colour of rain, just before dawn. Her steps made no sound on the path. There was no need to rush, no place to conquer, only places to feel, to see, to wonder. She was a Cloudwalker now, a traveller between the Sky Isles, a seeker of the soft and silent places. Her first stop was Isle of Whispers, a floating meadow that drifted in the upper sky, where the grass sang softly in the wind. She arrived just after sunrise. The light touched the petals of sky flowers, pale blossoms that opened only to dreams. Elen knelt and listened. Each flower whispered a memory, not her own, but kind ones. A mother singing, a child laughing in snow, the creak of an old rocking chair on a porch at dusk. The flowers needed no audience, but they welcomed her. She stayed until her heart felt full. Then, without a word, she rose and continued down the mist path toward the next isle. The path led her through cloud tunnels, where stars blinked like fireflies. Sometimes distant harps could be heard, sometimes only silence. The mist shifted in colours, blues and creams and deep velvet purples, like walking through a painting that changed with every breath. She passed no one, and yet she never felt alone. Even the silence had presence. That night, she camped beside a floating pond on the Isle of Still Waters. The stars above had doubled, for they also shone below in the reflection. No ripple disturbed the surface. She boiled a kettle with moon herbs she'd gathered earlier. The tea glowed faintly blue and tasted like sleep. Wrapped in her cloak, she lay beside the pond. Fireflies danced across the air in slow spirals. Clouds drifted past like old dreams. Elen closed her eyes, and sleep came without effort. In her dream, she floated, not falling, just drifting. She saw old cities of cloudstone, half sunken into the mist. She saw giant turtles with gardens on their backs, and skyfish that swam through the stars. She saw a palace where no one lived anymore, but the lanterns were still lit. And she saw a quiet figure on a distant path, walking slowly as she did, just watching and wondering. She woke to the quiet hum of morning. There was no rush. The mist path waited. She followed it next to the Isle of Echoing Bells, where the air was filled with soft chimes that came and went. Never loud, never sharp. Just a background music, like memory. Each bell swung in the breeze above tiny, floating lanterns. Elen touched one. It rang once, and she remembered something long buried. A friend's laughter. The smell of baked bread. The thrill of dancing barefoot in the rain. She smiled, tears soft in her eyes. The bells did not judge. They only rang what was real. On she walked, toward Isle of the Gentle Library. A massive tree grew there, its bark smooth and silver. Books grew from its branches like fruit. They were soft to the touch, made of clouds and ink. She plucked one. The cover read, "The Book of Quiet Moments You Forgot." She opened it and saw the feeling of clean sheets after a long day, the warmth of holding someone's hand in winter, the sound of a kettle just beginning to whistle, the calm of watching snowfall with no place to be. She closed it slowly and tucked it into her pack. A gift, a memory, a truth. By late afternoon, Elen reached the final isle. The island of sky mirrors. Here the path ended, but the adventure didn't. The entire island was a still surface of mirrored glass, reflecting the sky above and the soul within. She stepped onto it. Her reflection didn't match her exactly. It smiled when she did not. It walked slower. It seemed at peace. She followed it for a while, until she became it, until the reflection and the real were one, until she stood in perfect stillness, surrounded by sky above and sky below, and nothing else. No path, no goal. Only this moment. She sat. She breathed. The breeze moved her cloak. A feather drifted down from above. Somewhere, far off, a bell rang. She felt whole, not because of what she had seen, but because she had taken the time to see it. As the stars returned once more, a new path shimmered in front of her, not of mist, but of stardust. It called gently, not loud, not urgent. She stood, and with one last glance at the sky-mirrored isle, she stepped forward. And you too, dear listener, you are walking your own quiet path. Each step softer, each breath slower. No need to rush, no danger here. Only sky, only stars, only rest. Let yourself float, let yourself fall into dreams, into peace, into sleep.